Hinnant-Crawford. I have an interview with my grandma. First, I'm going to read this intro. A couple of weeks ago, Elizabeth and I read about Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges was born in 1954. That is the same year that the Supreme Court ruled separate but equal is inherently unequal. In the Brown versus Board of Education, Ruby would integrate an all-white school in New Orleans. While reading and writing about Ruby Bridges, we realized she was 1 year older than our Lovee, Rose Hinnant. This made me think, wow, Ruby Bridges could still be alive, and she is. But it also made me realize Lovee could have her own school integration story. And she does. She was one of a few black children to integrate William Street School in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Today, I'm going to interview her about her experience. Hey everybody, this is my Lovee, aka my grandma. So Lovee, here's a few questions for you. What was it like to go to an all-black school?
It was fine. It was fun. You were with your friends. You had all black teachers. It was fun.
Next question. What grade were you when you went to William Street School? What year was it?
It was in 1966, and I was going to the 6th grade. My teacher that I had at William Street, name was Mrs. Parker.
Did you want to go? Why did Granny send me there?
Well, Granny sent me there probably because at that time they thought it was probably a better school, and because I could ride the bus. Because where we lived, I had to walk all the way to East End, or she had to find me a ride. So this way I could ride the school bus.
Why did only a few black children go to William Street?
Because they had this thing called freedom of choice, and it was sent to the black parents for them to go on and make a decision to send their children to the white schools. It was upon the black parents to make that decision.
Next question. Was anyone mean to you when you got there? Did kids like you?
Yes, they were mean. Yes, they were mean. Some of them liked me, but some of them were mean. They didn't want to touch my paper when I turned my paper in, and little things like that. But eventually, you know, they became friendly. Some of them became friendly.
It was just a paper. It wasn't that bad.
Well, it was a paper. Some of them said they felt like the skin was going to come off up there on the paper. Some black was going to rub off of the paper on them. It was silly. They didn't want to touch me.
Next question. Did the teachers treat you different? Did they assume you weren't as capable as other kids?
Well, the thing that I found that the teacher treated me different was she assigned me to speech class. I didn't need to go to speech, but she assigned me to speech, and I went to speech, and that was a good time. I would look forward to going to speech because the teacher who taught speech was black, Miss Poteet. And so I was happy to go to speech class.
I don't like how they just made you go to speech without them having to look at how you were doing.
Well, I didn't know how they did it either, but anyway, I went. They told my mama I was going, and she was okay with it. And so I went. I don't remember doing any testing for speech. I just remember them saying I had to go one day. And then every week I would go at that same time to Miss Poteet. And we had fun.
Next question. When did the other black kids join you?
They joined me in 2 years when they had total integration. That was in 1968.
Next question. Did your school experience influence your description to go to historical black college?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It did encourage me to go to A&T, and it encouraged me in all things racial to stand up for blacks and speak out for black people. That had a big influence on my life.
What is your advice to people going into a space where they are the only person like themselves?
Go on, do your best work, be the best you can be, but be yourself too.
Why were you crying during the Lovee Bridges movie?
The Ruby Bridges movie was difficult for me because she was such a little girl. She was a first grader, and they had the U.S. Marshals there to take her into school. Nothing like that ever happened to me. I didn't have anybody there with me, and so therefore the Ruby Bridges movie was sad. Spoke a lot to what was going on. I didn't have any people outside yelling, "Get away," or anything like that. Nobody did that. No protesters.
What I think about the movie is, I think Ruby Bridges had a hard time coming to school because someone was threatening to kill her, poison her, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like the
I
movie.
didn't have that. I didn't have that happening to me.
Well, guys, give a like and subscribe, please.